Hello, chubs! I welcome you all to a new Grisaia episode. I forgot to turn off Discord notifications. Now, let's get right into it, shall we? At middle school, you won't be popular with the girls if all you can do is fight. You need brains too. Or so my master taught me. So, are you smart then? In response to the obvious question, my master replied that women are more popular if they're a little dim-witted. I think she might have intended it as a joke. Not that it was remotely funny. My master wasn't much of a comedian, but there is one thing I have to thank her for. Specifically, she's the one who really got me hooked onto reading. There are a vast number of books in this world, and the majority are interesting in some way. And if you get stuck very seriously with one, if you look at the critically and figure out why it's failure, the time you spend with it isn't a complete waste. I devoured books like an addict when I was a kid, and my master would get me anything I wanted to read, even comics or porn magazines. It's a damn good thing if you can enjoy reading. Why? Lets you make use of the time you spend waiting in the dentist's office, doesn't it? Am I supposed to laugh now? Not to say that I've gained much wisdom from what I've read in waiting rooms, but I think I can at least smile at those words today. Makina out there? Yep, door is open. Hey Makina, why aren't you in your own room? I left a note on the door, didn't I? Should say I'm in the next room over. True. Yes, there was a note on her door. Thing is, the paper was yellowed and wrinkled. There is no telling how long it's been up there. Are you always in Amane's room? Yeah, now that you mention it, I guess I sorta am, you know? Yes, the room I've just entered is in fact Amane's. Looking around, a good half of the room is buried in random junk. I'd guess Makina has been doing her best imitation of a squirrel preparing for hibernation, depositing things here little by little without a visit. Well done, just stand there, come on in. I appreciate the neighborly spirit, but this isn't your room. Makina, somebody there? Yeah, it's Oni-chan. Oh, dear God. It's a jump scare. Okay. I'll have to censor this. Yuji-kun, why, what's up? Nothing much, just stopped by to learn Makina a book. A book? What kind? It's for that thing. I point toward one item among Makina's pile of junk, an aquarium containing her crawfish. She asked me if I knew any books with detail. Is that she's raising crawfish? So I took a look around the store by the station. Ah, so you're the one responsible for her crawfish? This girl carries it in here all of a sudden and started saying she's going to turn it blue. We tried just keep it in the sink for a while, but if it would escape in the middle of the night, I ended up having to buy a tank and everything, you know? Sorry about that. I'm not really mad or anything, it's good to see her get interested in animals, I guess. Hey, the book! Where's the book? Here, this is it. The part about raising crawfish starts on page 38. Last 2 pages talk about getting them to turn blue. Thanks! I'ma read it right away! As soon as Makina accepts the book from me, she sits down on the spot with a thumb and starts to rifle through the pages. So, what? They really do turn blue? When I tried this experiment as a kid, there was a range of variation among the individuals, but most of them did turn some shade of blue. Sounds kinda fun. By the way, Amane, I have a question of my own, do you mind? What? Why exactly are you constantly naked? I wouldn't say constantly, no, I just take a shower. I see. And if you're going to bring that up, how about a less delayed reaction? I'll try to work on that. But, I mean, I think you do the thing and hide your chest before I get a chance to bring it up, usually. Amane, no more concerned with my glance than before, walks briskly to her vanity and flips on a hair dryer. I'm kinda heavy sweater and also have to shower nearly 3 times a day in the summer. Lay down my guard and I get prickly heat under my breasts. That's really the worst, you know? Big tits are tough in their own way, I see. Hey, Oni-chan, want a drink? I do want a drink, so I'm gonna drink. Perfect timing, damn. Yeah, if you're offering. Okay, hold on just a second, I'll get something. Micah places her book on the floor, opens Amane's refrigerator, and then promptly sticks her head in it and starts rooting around like she owns the place. This is basically as much as her room as Amane's by this point. What? You say something? Just how long has Makina been hanging around in this room? Yeah, let's see, pretty much since she came to the school, I guess. This girl starts crying real out in the middle of the night if she's alone. That's rude, you know? I don't cry anymore. I go back to my room to sleep every once in a while. Maybe once a month, at best. And for some reason, it only tends to happen when you're throwing a temper tantrum. Hey, One-chan, what's your opinion on constantly scolding harpy woman? They say it's a rare thing to find a woman other than your mother who'll nag you. They could get over her, alright? Even you betray me, One-chan. These words are really going to the dogs. Drinking's the only thing that gets me through the day. As she speaks, Maka hands me a can of orange juice. Look, Makina, can you do something about this One-chan thing? Huh? Why? Well, how can I put this? It feels a little awkward. I think I'll get used to it eventually, no? I get used to being called Makina and all. What do you mean? You don't like being called by your own name? Truth is, I don't really like the name Makina that much. Huh, and why is that? Makina kinda sounds like vagina, you know? What? Like I said, vagina. Oh, in a different spelling. The Czech spelling uses that. Huh. That spelling, so it makes sense in Czech for me, like the spelling. I see, well, that's interesting. But you know what? When you say it like vagina, it sort of sounds like an idol or something, right? Yeah, whatever you say. Hey, Amane! What's up? Is this girl high? Just very put in her food. Don't be rude, I don't feed her anything weird. So she says, but, I mean, it's like talking to someone who just got an injection of that weird night vision hormone from the squad medic before a midnight raid. I feel like I'm dealing with one of those people who see things they shouldn't see and hear voices they shouldn't hear. Instinctively, I drop my hand on the Makina's head and begin to stir up Lara around them. That hurts, you know? Your pupils don't look dilated. You're that suspicious, how about testing the food for yourself? What? I'm talking about dinner, of course. I was playing on Odin today, so one more is no problem at all. Oh, Odin, is it? I'm afraid I'm talking about a kind of stew. The supreme god of the Norse pantheon will not be dining with us tonight. My stupid pun was intercepted. What a letdown. The hell? I feel you, Uchi. Oh, anyway, there's no problem. Maria. Hey. Don't be stubborn, you'll embarrass Amane. You know, come on in. Micah seizes my hand and tries to forcibly drag me further inside. Well, alright, fine. There probably won't be anything I dislike in an audience to anyway. I'll eat pretty much anything that's put in front of me, but I do have some foods I find a little difficult to deal with on a psychological level. Okay, just sit here. Yeah. Offered a cushion with a cute girly design, I sit down a bit reluctantly, and instant Maka has popped herself down on top of my knees. Morrison's ring. Awesome. Yeah, I thank you, gamer, for... And this is also making me uncomfortable, but whatever, fucking hell. You. Look, you. What? Why are you sitting on my lap? Huh? No hate having me here. That's what I'm saying, but... That line's familiar. I didn't realize that till now, but Micah seems to have a habit of imitating Amane's speech. I think out it that... You know, she's always staying on the end of the sentences for no particular reason. Seems like it might be a corruption of Amane's frequent, you know. And Micah's forcible tone and attitude towards men also remind me of a certain someone. They do say pets start to resemble their owners. Someday this girl might well become the sort of evil woman who walks around with her tits hanging halfway out, seducing struggling shopkeepers into giving away their livelihood. Well, I can't have that. To tell the truth, from my current position, Micah's modest breasts are clearly visible. For those of certain tastes, these things might have a power to tempt exceeding that of Amane's oversized others. What's the matter? Hey, Amane! What now? Hands are full at the moment. Why does this girl jump onto man's laps without a second thought? I'm leaning towards blaming you. Excuse me, if you hate it that much, just tell her to get off. I'm not saying I hate it, but if she starts casual hopping on top of strange old men in town, I think we might run into some problems. Don't worry, I think I've said this before, but Maka is still pretty shy. Come to think of it, since when are you two this friendly? Well, we had a couple chances to talk recently, I guess. Even so, I never see Maka get attached to a guy so quickly. Just what did you do to this girl? Nothing particular comes to mind. I mean, she can barely speak with most men. The old man at the greengrocers is so the only guy she can have a decent conversation with, you know? That's a fact. So why is Makina getting so attached to me? I remember taming her with food or teaching her dirty games behind mommy's back. I searched my memory, but nothing else stands out. Hey, Oni-chan, can you open this for me? Completely disinterested in my ruminations, Maka pursues a kind of orange juice towards me and tells her to decide if she asks for help. Every standard pattern among women playing the Mo type, who try to tickle the male heart when I appeal to her own helplessness, but Makina's fingers are so stubby and thin that it's clearly genuine. Yeah, here you go. Thanks, Oni-chan. What's this? You guys are really friendly. It's rare for Makina to act this well, you know? If you try to pull something like that, I'd probably punch you, right? Why'd asking me to agree? How the heck am I supposed to reply to that? So she doesn't just let anybody lip emperor like this. Let's see, for the most part, and if I've seen her get this clingy with anyone other than me, I see. Whether or not Makina's paying any attention to our conversation about her, she continues to flip through the book on my lap without comment. Jeez, Makina, we can see her breasts. How many times have I told you to wear a bra? That thing feels so cramped, you know. As if you got enough there for it to be cramped. Hurry up, come here. I was almost done reading. Come on, I'll put it on you, so stand up. Amane reaches around under Makina's armpits and falls to the direction of my knees. A sense of emptiness, might be going a bit far, but the sun removed out that limp, warm creature from my lap, leaves me feeling slightly lonely. Okay, let's turn around, please. Oh, hey, jeez, don't step on my foot. Sorry. Jeez, okay, I'll take off your camisole, so give me a banzai. Banzai! Hey, how about having her put her clothes on by herself? This girl is terrible at getting dressed, or rather, she just hates clothes, period. Apparently, she was wearing nothing but gowns the whole time she was in the hospital. Gowns? You know, the kind people wear when they're in the hospital for surgery, tied around the back and all? Ah, right. Maybe it's because that's the only thing she wore for a while, but she hates any clothes that aren't really loose. Unless someone does it for her like this, she won't even put on her underwear. Here we go. Amane, nerds! Just deal with it for a second. If you just stuff a little fat from your back and armpit into the cup, like this, look, you got some curves now, see? It's hard to breathe. Such is a woman's lot in life. Alright, we're all done. What do you think? My tits big enough for you? Yeah, they're shockingly big. What do you eat to get a pad like that? Bread and strawberries. You just list your favorite foods. So Makina likes bread and strawberries best, huh? Kind of childish tastes, but I guess that fits with her personality. This girl just doesn't eat that much in general, but when it comes to bread and fruit, she got a decent appetite. I like my bread nice and hard, by the way. Hard bread? What's with that? Ah, you know, French bread or the German stuff with a firm crust, that sort of thing. Ah, the classic bread. That one is really good. Japanese people are generally fond of fluffy soft bread, but for some reason this girl loves hers heavy and stiff. Limb bread's for grannies with roughened teeth. Bread's gotta be bulky and crunchy when you bite it, or it's no good at all. Well, it's not really good for the mornings, but if I make her a rice sandwich with cheese, ham, and lettuce, she'll gobble it down, you know. I see. Hey, Amane, can I read my book now? Go ahead, but sit on the floor, got it? I don't want you spilling your shoes all over you can slap. Yes! You don't have it easy, do you, Amane? Well, she's a bit of a handful. That's kind of what makes her cute. Can't really blame her for being a little weird, you know, it's just how she is. The sort who tend to suspect the girls purposely acting younger than her age take advantage of her childish looks. But in this case, I don't think I can disagree. It really is just how she is. And you know what? The girl loves to call herself an idiot and all, but she's not really stupid in the least. Actually, I think she's quite a bit smarter than me. Well, I suppose if you use you as a standard, the gap isn't quite that dramatic, but... Rude? Don't take Makina lightly, okay? Want a little demonstration? Demonstration? Makina, come here for a second. Okay, what's going on? Have you finished reading the book? Yeah, mostly. Alright, mind laying it to me for a sec, I'll give you a little quiz. If you say so. Amane takes the book from Makina and plants it over to me. Okay then, let's start with page 161. Animal Evolution series, Age of the Giant Dinosaurs, the Mesozoic era, Jurassic period. Lasting from approximately 200 million years ago to 146 million years ago, the second period of the Mesozoic era was known as the Jurassic, and it's familiar as the greatest age of the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, having persevered in the Triassic period, evolved into a vast range of species, bringing a period of dominance that would continue through the Cretaceous. Wasn't this a book about crawfish? It's a general book about animals aimed at children. There's a lot of stuff in there as well. Open the book, Amane handed to me to page 161. Straight across both pages is a color illustration of a plesiosaurus, with words in a bold white typeface printed all around it. So you checked the book, was she right? She was indeed. Not even a single misplaced word. Okay, let's do page 29 next. That's an ad page. Gabanko Children's Study Series, how cars work. The mysterious universe, but watching environmental chemistry, cool extinct animals. Japan's factories, how a contact lens is made. Microorganisms are soil. Growing vegetables with organic farming. Okay then, so what's on page 86? It's true that dogs are smarter than cats. Dog breeds are very diverse, far surpassing other species in the range of variation. Bred by humans for many years, dogs specialize for the hunt, the battlefield, and the home were created, and new varieties continue to be born even now. Well, did she get those as well? She's correct, alright. What do you think? Pretty amazing, right? Just by skimming through her for a while, she's got every page in the book totally memorized. She's a genius, isn't she? Yeah, that's pretty amazing to be sure. Huh? You don't seem as surprised as I expect. I can have a question. Do you remember the photograph I borrowed on page 144? Yeah, I know the one. What color is it? I don't know. If I say blue, you sort of think blue, but if I say red, you'd get the feeling it might be red? Yeah. Thought so. Wait, what? What is this? Seems like Makina memorizes the page in monochrome, loses the color information. Huh? Easier to memorize it quickly, like that, right? Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm not following this at all. To tell the truth, my sister had the same skill. I first noticed my big sister's speed reading when she was 7 years old. Watching her flip through a stack of books around the school library incredibly quickly, I couldn't suppress my curiosity. You really read them like that? My sister answered. I'm not reading them, but I'm memorizing the contents. In a perfectly casual tone of voice. Completely incredulous. I asked my sister on the spot, exactly like Amane did with Makina just now. I gave her a page number and asked her to read me back the contents. And of course, she remembered every single word. According to her, it's much faster to memorize the books when they're in black and white. When dealing with books where color information was important, she could memorize 2 pages simultaneously, using her left and right eye. I was totally dumbfounded at the time. 4 years later, by the time she was 11, my sister was managing rapid memorization of color books as well. And thanks to long hours of practice, her left and right eye could actually memorize separate books simultaneously. Hearing that went past the level of surprise, it was outright terrifying. Basically, she's not reading the book, she's recording pages and an image in the right side of her brain. When you're scared about the content, she reproduces the image in the right brain and reads it by consciously interpreting the characters with her left brain. That sounds about right, Makina? Yeah, I can't explain too good, but that's pretty much it. I still don't get it. How does she do that specifically? I don't know the details myself, but it's basically looking at the page as a picture instead of lines of characters, and saving a mental snapshot. Ignoring the meaning, she presses rapidly slight information, then draws out the meaning later on if she needs it. To put it more simply, it's sort of like she's downloading a compressed file to her hard drive, and extracting what she needs later, I guess. The heck is that? So she doesn't actually know what's in the book after she's done reading it? Yeah, exactly. My biggest problem is that once I memorize something, I tend to forget where I put the memory when I need it. What good is that? Even if you can recall something in your mind, your memory as a whole can still be a disorganized mess. Apparently, you can work on that by training your synapses. How do you do that? If you repeatedly memorize the same information, it stimulates your synapses and makes it harder to forget. My sister would record the same image 8 times over before she turned the page. Other than that, you can also memorize while moving your body in specific ways, which ties the image to your procedural memory and makes it more durable. Andrew, I got it. That's fine, not like there is any reason you have to turn into a genius like that. Yep, when you become a genius, what you gain is an admiration so much as envy and enemies, or so they say. Who's they? Where did you heard that? Was it again? I think I might have read it in a book somewhere. Don't really remember it. Hey, Amane, it's time to feed the crawfish, you know. Yeah, I'll open the canned food for you, so just hold on a second. Okay, guess I'll be going back to my room, but as the words started in my mouth, I can firmly grab salt in my hand. Sit down, okay? I wanna read together. Then you finish already? Yeah, but I wanna be together for a while. That's not allowed. No, that's not really what I meant. Now, you know something? Sometimes everyone has days where she wants a guy to spoil her. No, this is the first I've heard of it. And today happens to be just such a day, so you gotta spoil me, okay? I see. Guess there's no helping it then. I want to be spoiled, so you better spoil me. What an unreasonable demand. This was Amane. I think I would laugh in her face, call her an idiot, and finish things off with a poke to the forehead. But for some reason, when my cat gets so clean, it's a bit difficult to fight back. I can't get myself too harsh on her. Maybe it's because she looks and acts like a child. Soft on children. Well, that isn't a bad thing by any means, but I'm probably the type who dies first when there is strapping bombs to our kids. And then I think about it, it's not like you're that much younger than me, are you? Huh? Don't give me that puzzled face. Now, let's just take a seat, okay? Also, give me a hug. Look, you, just for the record, there's a one-time deal. Don't feel like you cling to me whenever you want, got it? Yeah, geez, on it, you're a little bit cold, Sundari. Again, with this, I never really given the matter any thought, but could be that I really am at Sundari. Or you can define the term first, isn't it Sundari, subspecies of woman that's usually prickly and harsh, but then goes so soft and gooey and sweet for some reason? Like I said, and get it exactly why I'm in that sucker in lovey-dovey mode. Well, come to think of it, in Latin market I occupy my knee like this, I have to admit my masculinity seems I faded a bit. But it's a mere expression of my magnanimous spirit toward the young. It's like I'm giving a life exercise, but I haven't got it out, I think. No, that's right. Hey, Yuji-kun, what? Since we're on the topic, is canned mackerel okay for a crawfish's food? Yeah, basically anything without the carotene in it is fine. Oh, what's that supposed to mean? What is it already? It'll make me ill. If you have something to say, how about you say it? No, just, she's really truly taken to you. That's nice. I'm a little jealous. The one who told me to make friends with Makina, you know. Come on, I'm not criticizing her or anything, but frankly, I really didn't think she'd get attached all of a sudden. I'm just a little surprised, I guess. Huh? What's this? Is Makina asleep? Say what? I thought she'd been unusually quiet for a few seconds there, but at some point Makina's face had fallen shut. Still sitting on my lap, her head is jerking back and forth with her breathing. I'm sure she was awake just a minute ago. Well, Makina, sometimes she just falls asleep out of nowhere like that. Can't think of it, that was the time I find her in the rose garden unconscious in the bushes. A frequent occurrence? Well, every once in a while when she uses her brain a lot or something, might be because of the little reading exercise earlier. She'll sleep 40 hours a day if you let her, you know? Really does remind you of a cat, doesn't she? Sometimes she even falls asleep standing up, so I got to keep an eye on her to make sure she doesn't fall over and hit her head or something. Good thing your lap was available today, Yuji-kun. Seems like she's really gotten fond of you. I don't get it. Why get all attached to a guy like me? Oh, I think I get an idea why. Okay, for example, we'll see this example next time. If you enjoyed the episode, please like, comment, subscribe, and bye-bye.